Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Hello, my name is Mike, and today's show is brought to you by our Amazon page. Please remember to shop at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. It's quite simply the best way to support this show. If you need it, Amazon has it, and you can get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. Bookmark it, please.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store, and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Whoa, hello.
Oh, this happens all the time, Oscar. Mike adopts the accent of his surroundings.
How are you? It's great to be here, up here in the North Woods, up in the cold pines with the steady rain, 3 days worth. Rain, gray, New England weather. How are you doing down there in the nation's capital? How are you? Everything going well, Rob? I was looking at the back of your head for about an hour.
I tell you what, Tommy. How's Toots?
Excuse yourself, Oscar. You got a bit of a tickle? You got a tickle in your throat?
I do.
Oh, man, you get people like you come to these cold climates like Washington, D.C., and, you get all,
Because he's accustomed to what climate?
warmer.
Like Bolivian climates?
Sure. It's a documented fact that when the Europeans settled South America, all the natives and the tribesmen over there got the vapors, and dropped like flies.
How did the
all those silly European diseases like syphilis and the sniffles?
How did the Nazis do in Argentina?
The Nazis are hiding there still. They're probably sons and daughters of Nazis that are hiding somewhere in Argentina.
Where?
Argentina. I know all the South American. You want to quiz me? I'll do it.
Well,
there's Argentina. There's Brazil. There's Bolivia.
Look at that.
Let's see. There's let me see. Paraguay.
Yeah, that's a good one. Have you ever seen The Boys from Brazil?
Chile.
No thanks.
There's Chile. I forgot Chile. I forgot that one. Chile's that nice one too.
You like that? Have you ever been?
Sure.
How was
Venezuela. Lots of drug trafficking there. Get your head blown off in that country.
You got to be
A lot of
careful.
oil.
That's been trouble. That country there. Yeah.
Yeah. When are the blueberries in?
Huh?
When are the blueberries in?
Oh, hold on. Before this silly accent is done, I have to pay tribute to my son. Boat.
Well, now he sees a lot of them, I imagine.
Boats are very popular online, I've noticed. So.
Well, he'll be quite the conversationalist at the local watering hole.
Yes. Yes.
Crab
Boat.
How are you, boys? It's so nice to see your smiling faces again. How's everybody?
It's like
lying.
you never left.
That's right. How can we miss you if you never leave?
You know, when we reconnect after a couple of days, when one of us or all of us are traveling, it's always it's always good to see you. But it's like seeing family members because there's no real reaction like hi. It's not there.
Well, I got very close to the camera when you hooked up, so I could smile at you.
You did smile.
And that was, it was fleeting, but
and
it was nice.
It's not. It's really not. I think it is family, but it's. I'll put it to you this way: it's the same feeling I have when I know my brother and sister and the entire family is going to be at the house and for the holidays. I know the holidays are going to be great, but I also know that someone's going to want to do a project, and it's going to mean more work for all of us.
Yep.
For
right?
you.
Yes.
That's the way more work for you.
Yes,
that's what you're thinking.
Yes. And so
that's what it is.
And so that's what I mean. And so for the holidays, when you don't see someone for a while, or somebody decides to move again, you realize that that's going to be more work for all of us to get you back up and running.
But it's brief, and really, to be honest with you, the most work was done by me. The most work was done by me. Would you not agree this time? Will you at least this one time, Oscar nose to the grindstone,
Yes.
Santana? Will you at least give me this with all the bickering we've been doing the last 2 weeks?
Yes.
Will you please acknowledge that at least this time I probably put a little extra legwork in?
This
right?
time I didn't have to fly and build it for you. Yes.
There you go.
Yes,
See,
yes, I'll
I
give
did
it
it
to you.
all
And you know what?
myself.
Your studio looks beautiful.
It
looks
does.
exactly the same, which
Yeah.
is fantastic.
It's like you didn't
Well,
move, which is perfect.
And the thing is, here's with the particular furnishings that I'd like to say happy day to the Staples Company They're a fantastic outfit. Really, really terrific people. But
Okay.
unfortunately,
Andy
when
Parks, what a great outfit Staples is.
when it's a great outfit, this crowd running with the Staples crowd. Andy Parks. What was the name of that station? I don't remember.
Well, no one did because no one could receive it.
That's right. Andy Parks, how are you? But when you are having most of your furnishings built by a potential enemy of ours, and I'm talking about the People's Republic of China.
Oh, the Chinese.
I had a beautiful, lean, very modern piece of furniture that was less than $100.
Wow.
There's your first mistake when you're talking about. But you know, we run a shoestring budget here, and so when I needed an office table, I went into the Staples, and it was delightful because I walked in, and as soon as I walked in there, I saw what was the perfect setup for me. I said that I can put a board here, I can put a computer here, I can put a little timer here, which is really my iPad.
Only the best.
Fun,
Yes,
right?
that's true. And it looked great. And the young man helped me, and it wasn't all that heavy. It was heavy because it's a lot of wood.
Pressed
but
wood.
I got it upstairs.
Not
and,
exactly a solid wood, is it?
well, that's the thing. So it has these little doohickeys that you screw in. It's like the frame, and then you're supposed to put the other side. And
Is it a system of dowel rods and locking nuts?
Some of them
Okay.
are. This actually had the locking nuts inside. What to call this even pressed wood is an overstatement.
Was there
all
a
right?
lot of MSG in it?
Really, I don't know what this is made of. I think this is made out of the bones of slave laborers that were executed in internment camps. That's
Made
what
out
I
of
think it is.
Chinese maple.
Chinese. But the fact is, I put one of the legs, and the table was on. I was installing it on a bed upstairs in the bedroom.
Of course, because you like to lay when you do your handiwork.
Yes,
Just in case
but
the
it was
nap
sitting
breaks
there,
out.
and then I slid it over.
Yes.
And I slid it with the legs of the chair, and I pulled back ever so slightly, and like it was bolted into creamery butter. It just bent over. It bent over, and the pressed wood just lifted right out with the dowel rods and everything. And
Is
I
that
looked at
because
this,
it
and it was
not
dust. It was dust. That's what it was.
Was it not totally assembled yet?
It was nothing was assembled. I haven't gotten anything that's been assembled
You see, what if it's
except my talent,
Yeah.
assembled from God.
But
Boom, bam.
a lot of times that cheap pressed Chinese furniture, until the final piece is installed, it's shaky.
Right.
Like a Chinese bookshelf. If you
Well-
don't put the back on it, it's going to fold up like an accordion.
call.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I did was I
Chinese.
threw out the bad piece, which was a 60-inch piece of wood. So I mean, there was going to be like an L-shaped table that was going to go.
Where
I was
did you
gonna have
put
like
it?
a 747 around here. I was
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
be everything was going to be at my fingertips.
Where did you put the
Now,
piece of trash?
It's out on the landing.
Oh, because whoever picks it up is going to get the cancer.
Yeah, because I think that's
You
full
bust
of
it open.
carcinogens.
Oh, of course.
That is chock-a-block full of carcinogens.
That's
what
right.
it is. But you know what? We're digressing because I think the important thing we want to do at the beginning of this show is identify another scam. And although he's a dear friend of mine, I know you guys talked about this yesterday.
Yes.
Although he is a dear friend, I still have to say that fresh on the heels of this whole Buffalo Wing Ponzi scheme that Oscar identified, where Jimmy is, collecting dollars, just taking the life savings of little old ladies to buy bricks
Like the
for-
producers, Mike.
Yeah. He's collecting money for bricks from old ladies that are never going to see that money again because
Right.
you're never going to see a restaurant built or added on to. It's going to be the same little clown chairs that he's got in that place that are going to be there. Same bathroom. Nothing's ever going to change.
And to
So
be
we identified
clear,
that
to get the
Ponzi
money,
scheme.
to be clear, to get the money from those little old ladies, Mike, he makes love to them.
Yes, he does. Well,
He
every
gives
single
them
one of them.
one last thrill, and then
Yeah,
he
well,
gets his brick money.
You know how goofy he is, my best friend Jimmy Cerrito?
I do.
You know what they say about those guys that are goofy.
That's right. And they can go all night.
Yes, Oscar, you were going to say something.
Yeah, the latest, wrinkle in the JOTT Goose, what I like to call the Gone Goose saga,
Yes.
Gone Goose.
just like Gone Girl.
Right.
Another scam, right?
Yeah,
As far as
yeah.
it's another scam.
Is that the goose was found.
Yeah, amazingly.
Oh,
Yeah,
surprise.
but the big rub here, just like in Gone Girl, right? She drove back in that bloody 90, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like she was the one that was attacked.
Yes.
Not.
Yes. When the captive is returned, it's usually by the police or some Good Samaritan.
Yeah, or someone involved in the case.
The wrinkle here is that the person with the bloody gown is Uncle Dave.
That's right, Mike.
Wait a minute. Now I didn't know about this.
Yes.
He
now,
brought back
the
goose.
Yeah, before we get Jimmy's version, this is
bastard.
This is what was released on Facebook last night.
The press release.
All right.
Uncle Dave, who does not drink, was at a bar
and hangs out at a bar. All his life hangs out bars. Yes.
He was in another bar in Ashburn, overheard talk of the missing goose, and magically some lady at this Ashburn bar said, "I have that goose. Let me go get it." And then the goose came home.
Yeah. So Uncle Dave,
there's video of him.
He got the goose, and then this is also what's strange. He came back he drove to Jimmy's.
It's strange that a man his age is driving.
And he returned the goose to Jimmy, and they have it all on tape.
That's right.
So no explanation at all,
No.
and it's Uncle Dave, and he's not creative, and so he's not going to come up with anything like that. He's just
I was
a
in a
curmudgeon.
bar in Ashburn.
Yeah, I mean, did
there's
I tell you when I saw Uncle Dave when I was over there? The first person I saw when I went over there, I think on Saturday, I took the motorcycle out there just to see Jimmy before we were all going to be there on Memorial Day Sunday, and I saw Uncle Dave, and he was sitting in the back corner eating soup. And that's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. And I was like, I say, hey, make sure you wipe your mouth off. And he looks up at me and goes,
well,
and then I saw him another time that day. He said he hangs around that bar and eats.
Was it broth or a soup that required a lot of chewing?
It was,
more of
I think it was
bisque.
consomme.
Uncle Dave.
It was bouillon.
What's tough about him, I don't know about his eating habits, but
great bouillon.
I know this, is that if you're going to have anybody return anything, if you don't know who the person is, you're like, oh, look at this wonderful elderly man. He found the goose. Like, if you don't know the story, right?
And, absolutely.
But because they're so close, that's when my BS meter went up, and I said, what?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And also, here's another. First of all, Uncle Dave is kind of like Jimmy's Tessio. He's an older helper.
As an older man.
Yes.
People should realize, and incidentally, for those of you that don't know who we're talking about, this is a 90-year-old man that Jimmy keeps around Jimmy's old town.
92.
Okay, 92, 93. that Jimmy keeps at his bar. It's kind of a mascot. And if you want to know, in his
keeps him.
in his glory days, for those of you, this is just a little perspective, those of you that might not know who Uncle Dave was, go at the holidays, go get the DVD of Frosty the Snowman.
Yes.
And the mayor with the top hat that says, "Happy, happy, happy." That is Uncle Dave.
In greater days. But now
that's no fair.
That's
no fair.
Mike kept by Jimmy, just like the Ducks at that hotel in Memphis. And he parades him out, and he is a mascot for the bar. Now, the other thing that is suspicious, before we get James on the line, is that he kept continually texting me and Oscar almost like it was a press release.
Yeah, it was too much.
I think he wanted a lot of
He wanted
Facebook
attention.
action.
He wanted us to repost.
Are we going to try to call Jimmy
Please.
right now? Let's
I'll
try to
him
call
right now.
Jimmy.
We're calling Sal, I guess?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
I hate to do this to my friend, call him out on the scam,
We
but I have
asked
to
him
do that.
yesterday. We asked him point blank while the goose was still missing. He said it was genuine.
And maybe
No,
because we
it's not
asked
genuine.
him,
He loved the
reappeared.
attention. This is a man that craves attention.
Good morning.
All right. Okay, I'm back in town.
Hi,
What the
Mike.
hell are you doing? How can you perpetrate this scam on your customers and on all the people and all the people that watch you on television? And by the way, I'm leaving the other day. I think it was last week, whatever. I'm heading out of Washington, D.C., so I'm up at the crack of dawn, and I see that Fox 5 is going to be at some sort of Herndon festival. And I said, okay, the media whore of media whores will
Wait, they called
shoehorn
me.
him. They call you because they know they could tell you that it's going to be 2 a.m. and it's at the ridge of a volcano. Jimmy, can you make it? And you would say yes.
Yeah, of course.
That's the way that goes.
I'm always ready.
All right, so let me see. So Uncle Dave took indecent liberties with your goose. Is that what happened?
No. No, Uncle Dave is a hero, actually.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
let's hear your story. Go ahead. Tell
What's
us
your
tale.
side of the story?
All right, guys. So, first of all, thanks for the support and helping the safe return of JOTT Goose. It worked.
What? A dumbass.
48 hours, that goose was missing.
Yes.
The way it worked, Mike, is I got a text message yesterday from a friend who said, I think I know where your goose is. I'm looking into it now.
What time did you get this text?
Probably around 8-ish.
In the morning or in the night?
No, last night.
I
Last
see.
night.
Okay.
But I've already got a false ransom letter and everything, so I don't believe anything until I see that goose.
Oh, so you don't have the goose in your hands yet?
No, I do. It's at Jimmy's.
Yeah,
the
but
goose
this
is
is
home.
when I initially got the message, so you didn't know what to believe because people
Okay,
were
so you
sending
didn't
ransom
believe it.
letters.
Because I
yeah.
saw, wasn't there a picture online of the goose drinking vodka out of a glass with you? Shocker.
That's when the goose got back to the bar. We went straight for it.
Good. Great goose.
Really had to twist your arm for that one, didn't you? Absolutely.
You don't know what you got till it's gone.
Hey, you know what? Before you continue, Jimmy, I think you should really tell Mike where you are right now. Are you at the bar right now preparing for another great day of business?
No. I am doing some marketing, and I am at Piedmont Golf Course in Haymarket, raising money for St. Jude's.
Good
Attaboy.
man. Look at him. What a
Attaboy.
big
Jimmy,
heart.
I have had a lot of good times in your joint, but that Memorial Day Sunday was the all-time best night that I've
Unbelievable.
had in your bar
It was
with
top-notch.
Unbelievable.
Johnny Knoxville or whatever that guy's name
Johnny
was.
Rushmore.
Johnny Rushmore.
Oh,
That
naturally.
was, I didn't think I could
Better
party
than
like
sex.
that anymore, Jimmy. That was truly, truly a wonderful time. You know, at the end of the night where he's up on the bar and then he walks out into Eldon Street, the middle of Eldon Street, doing his guitar solo.
Love it.
God, that was a great time. And
It was
I
heaven.
even-
It was heaven on earth.
yeah, and I even got behind the kit, and that was fun too. And you know, I got
still got
remotivated.
it.
I'll be doing more of that. I'm setting those up here in the Pine Tree State. I'm going to be. Why are you shaking your head, Rob? Why? It's a good thing that
You're
I'm
gonna set
playing
'em
the
up?
drums here. Yeah, I'm going to set them up.
Put him in
absolutely.
the studio because we always love to hear you play.
Delete that
Robin
for a
Oscar.
second. So you're
Robin
playing
Oscar,
golf?
I want to tell you.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, hold on. I want to tell Robin Oscar. We'll get back to the goose in a minute. But when Mike went up to that drum kit, we were all scared to death because Johnny Rushmore plays guitar like Stevie Ray Vaughan. We're thinking, can Mike keep up with this guy? Is it going to work? And we were all standing over there just crossing our fingers. And he pulled it off. Mike O'Mara can play the drums, ladies and gentlemen. He knows what he's
I
doing.
will tell you,
Exactly.
I would like to send out special thanks to Mother Alcohol. Mother Alcohol
Yeah.
We
was,
don't doubt that.
was extremely
Jimmy,
kind
the
to
only
me
thing we
that night.
doubt is if this goose was really kidnapped or not.
Yes.
Okay, so the goose was not actually kidnapped. It was an honest mistake. The guitar player from the band Tease took the goose into the crowd. I was not there. I did have the security watching who screwed up and let the goose go into the crowd. And then, I guess, a young blonde woman took off with the goose, not knowing
Whore.
that it belonged
Whore.
to Jimmy.
Whore. Some
Yeah.
whorish Suzanne Summers ripoff whore.
I don't think the goose resisted, Rob. I think the goose was in. Because the goose is a tranny, goes both ways.
Well, the goose
Dresses
was dressed as
accordingly.
Betsy Ross, right?
All right, we got people to entertain, Jimmy. I wish we could keep you on the phone all day long, but you know, I'm
That's
really
fine,
happy.
but-
Yes, go ahead.
Can I wrap it up?
Yes,
with-
please. I need a conclusion to this
The
cliffhanger.
young lady and her boyfriend didn't know whose goose it was. They were at the Ashburn Steakhouse having drinks. Uncle Dave was at the Ashburn Steakhouse at the same time having a cranberry juice. And the bartender and Uncle Dave were talking about the goose. And the couple sitting there said, "Are you kidding me? That goose at my house, and I have no idea whose goose it is, belongs to Jimmy. I'll go home and get it right now and bring it right back." So they did. They gave it to Uncle Dave. Uncle Dave brought it to Jimmy's, and everything is okay.
Now,
Oh,
did
that's-
Uncle
that's-
Dave, did he talk about the goose before or after he said to the bartender, "What do you got for a urinary tract infection?"
Why does Uncle Dave hang out at bars if he doesn't drink?
Bars.
Good question. Great question.
I know, right? Well, I don't know that answer, Oscar.
There you go. That's it.
I don't
That's
know.
fine. That's fine. Jimmy, we
Yeah.
love you, and you know, keep.
I love you too.
keep your presence on this show. We want to talk to you on a regular basis, and anything you're promoting, don't always go to Fox 5. Come to the Mike O'Mara show first.
No, they called me. See, and then you got Chief Perks from the Mike O'Mara broadcast network.
Yeah.
That's great.
Mr. Cerrito, Tucker Barnes is on the phone.
Tell him to hold, please.
All right, we got to go. We love you, Jimmy. Take care.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thanks,
for the help, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye. There he goes.
He honked. He honked yesterday and he honked today.
He's Jimmy.
Oh,
What a
Uncle
happy
Dave
man.
loves Jimmy almost as much as he loves his dentist. All right, we're going to take a...
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
I don't even remember why we broke up.
We broke up because you didn't show up on our vacation.
Oh, I didn't mean to actually talk about that.
Oh, no. I had 3 days planned in San Francisco. I had things for us to do and things to tell you. And you stayed in Guam.
Guam? Really?
Don't pretend like you don't remember. Oh, I've waited for this.
Hey, if you calm down, I'll try and remember.
Come. And this feels good.
Hey, you know what? I do remember. You said if you don't show up on this vacation, then that's it.
Because you're a workaholic who creates work to avoid real work.
Yeah, well, I'm still working on that. But to me, you see, a vacation can't be an ultimatum. How can you relax on an ultimatum vacation? The whole concept is stressful.
You just had to show up. I was just looking for a gesture. It didn't have to be bold. Just something. I just wanted you to show up. I really loved you.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his office chair, here's Mike.
We are coming to you live from the Cappy Pfeiffer studio in the heart of our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. This is the Mike O'Mara Show. Whoa. On the air and online worldwide, the Mike O'Mara Show is a daily radio show and podcast with the greatest listeners on the planet because they get it. And if you are here, you do too. Our show today brought to you by our good friends at Harry's. Harry's. Father's Day is right around the corner, and there's no one harder to shop for than dear old Dad.
It's the truth.
Here's a hint. Dad already has plenty of ties. What Dad needs is Harry's. Yes. Sign Dad up for his very own shave plan, and while you're at it, treat yourself to one as well. Just remember the TMOS code, and you will save $5. You'll be giving Dad the gift of never having to buy razors at a store ever again, and that is fun.
Cool.
The shave plan ships high-quality razors straight to your door for as little as $3 a month, and deliveries are customized to your shaving routine, so you never run out of blades. Plus, you can modify or cancel your plan at any time at Harry's Shave Plan. It's the stress way to really give the great gift of shaving this year with no lines and no hassle. Get one for Dad now. Don't wait. This Friday is the last day to get free shipping on your Father's Day gift in time for the holiday. Harry's Shave Plan is already a great value, and if you get additional savings, if you enter the code TMOS, do it at checkout.
Nice.
Just go to harrys.com, enter the code TMOS at checkout for $5 off your first shipment, and you sign up, Dad, for a shave plan. Remember, the code TMOS will save you $5 on a gift that will last a lifetime. harrys.com and the code TMOS. Give Dad the gift of a better shave, everybody.
It is so great every month when my razors and shaving
I
cream
agree.
arrive. It is
Phenomenal.
awesome. Love it.
And I'm on the Harry's Rob Spiewak Mike O'Mara shave plan, where Rob gets so many of those blades that he sends them to me.
They last for 1 billion shaves, and nothing
I love
touches
it.
this head but Harry's. That's
Love
the
it.
truth.
Welcome. Hail, the gang is all here, reunited, and it feels so good.
Obviously, you are in a northern clime because you are in a fall type shirt. You look very handsome.
It's 42 degrees here this morning.
I'm jealous.
42.
It is soupy down
You
here.
scream like you're in an LL Bean catalog.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's
sort
just,
of an insult to him, but that's
absolutely.
nice. Yeah.
Thank you.
He hates the LL Bean.
I'm just it's a different world, and this is the new reality. And thank God I really tip of the cap to the Telos Corporation that makes this all possible.
Oh, yeah.
So it sounds like we're all in the same room together, and we do this now. It's on the road. And,
Boom, bam.
The only thing that would make this better would be if, and I think about things like this. If I took a suitcase or maybe even a rack, like a rack mounted, maybe an old steamer trunk,
Right.
And I had a steamer trunk, and you could really do this if you figured out a way to do it.
Yeah.
And all I would do was plug something into an outlet and plug the computer into the modem into a cable, and just have one button to do it.
Yes.
and go anywhere. That because this
like
little,
a flyaway case.
the little flyaway case.
Yeah,
exactly.
you could do that.
That's
They
it.
sell
That's
them.
it.
They absolutely sell
Yeah.
them.
So you know that's the. Other than that,
Where
'cause
would you
really,
go?
Ireland
With Rich?
Yeah.
with Rich Hosteley
beautiful.
and also Jimmy. We'd drive through Ireland, but I can't do that because I have a little baby. I really can't.
Could you get
I look
another
at
case for the child?
Yeah.
Well, he'd stay back at home. Of
But of
course.
Mike, I would say you're absolutely right.
Yes.
But I guess that's not how you work. That's not how Mike works, right?
Right.
Mike likes to get to a place and dig in and roost for a while.
And
that's what I'm going to be
you
doing.
like to when you go, you go. And even with a flyaway case, you have to make sure you're careful with it. That
Of
doesn't mean
course.
you can throw it around, right? So I'll give you a perfect example for the listeners out there.
What he's talking about, Mike, is obviously luggage handlers.
Yes, Mike.
I didn't break anything. Are you talking about the Are you going to blame me for the picture?
I mean,
did you get the picture of the monitor that I sent you?
If you want to bring it back,
Can
I'll
I
show
see
it to
it?
you.
Yeah.
This could be a good show.
Yeah.
Hold on. So Mike got a wonderful, what is it, 28 inch?
No, like 23.
23-inch monitor for free on loan from Ponyboy because we like to.
Oh, it was on loan?
Watch the pennies.
Was that on
to make the
loan,
dollars.
Pony?
I don't think it's on loan. I think I just gave it to you.
Okay, well, he gave it to you. It was
Because I'm
kind.
giving it to the trash
Oh,
bag.
My God, Mike, I'm looking now at this monitor. It looks like someone is beaming in.
So it was fully operational, as we know.
Yeah.
Wait, now, just put the brakes on this for a second. Was it necessarily fully operational? Do you know that for a fact? When's the last time this little television was in use, Pony Boy?
Probably 6 months.
6 months ago. Nothing crazy.
6
nothing
months
crazy.
ago.
Yeah.
You had it in your apartment?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had it stored in a closet, and
Yeah.
something probably pressed against the screen and gave you that little
See how
stripe
nice
there.
he is. He's
he's
letting me
very
off
nice,
the.
very
Well,
nice.
Mike, it was in the
Oscar
closet.
thinks I did it in transit. That I did, even though I had it very nicely wrapped in a blanket.
Is it the same closet where you have the woman bound up?
No.
Did she press against it?
So, I guess she would kick it.
Mike,
Oscar, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I have to tell you this right
Just
now.
tell
I don't
me.
know why I do this because they just give you more ammo, and this is gonna fuel you. This is gonna fuel you for like 6 months. We go and I buy a U-Haul trailer. I rent a U-Haul, and I told you the whole Florida debacle with the U-Haul.
yes.
We got to Georgia for the first leg of the journey. And we got to the La Quinta Inn. Fabulous, just luxury.
Well, what's not to love?
Fantastic.
Mike, complimentary
Dog
breakfast.
friendly. Dog friendly. That's where you wake up in the middle of the night going, oh my God, what the hell is that? What is that? What's on my light? What's on my light? Just beautiful place. So I decide I'll do a little looky look at the back of the U-Haul. I put my audio equipment on into the U-Haul, the very last thing. That was the last thing I put in the U-Haul.
To load up.
Right.
What they tell you with any kind of trailing situation is items that are in the back of the trailer are going to bounce more. And when I went to the
same
back,
on an airplane, right? That's why first class
same
is
on an
up
airplane,
front.
right. You said same on an airplane, and so I go back, and all of my most important audio processing, Zip One Telos equipment, all of it was. It looked like it had gone through some sort of hurricane. I did not pack it tight enough.
Oh dear!
And so
got to keep it tight.
Let me do my
Sounds
impression
about
of the Telos box. This was the Telos box I was so scared until like last night when I hooked the thing up. And this would be the position the Telos box, and this is for the people that are watching this on Ustream right now. This is the position the Telos box was in.
So you didn't
picture.
individually wrap them and pack them in a box?
What's that?
Oh, never mind.
Because
Oh no, I
has
put
its
it.
box.
No, in the box.
Oh, in the box.
In the
Okay,
box,
that's fair.
duct taped with the styrofoam.
That's
and
fair.
everything. It didn't matter.
That's
The
fair.
position of this box. The position
It looked like
of
it
this
was in
box.
mid car wreck.
It did it. Yeah, and I got a backup unit up here for just that reason. And the fact is that thing didn't budge. That thing's in great shape. But I'll be honest with you. I'm looking at this. Would that not be our lifeline? That is our lifeline.
Yeah.
The Telos unit that we use to communicate with our fine listeners is our lifeline, and I'm looking at it right now, and it used to look really, really perfect. And when I'm looking at it right now, this is the way I would describe it, looking like this. Okay, that's just saying.
Mike, it
if
just
we had
goes
any
to show you
issues.
that 2 years of hard work can turn anything from George Clooney into Charlie Callis.
Yeah, fun. We'll take a break. Lots to talk about. Lots going on, including Caitlyn Jenner. We haven't really covered that. You guys talk a lot about that yesterday, or
No,
was it
it
out?
broke after the show.
After the show. Good stuff. We'll take a break. Come back with more. You're listening to the Mike O'Mara Show. Whoa, whoa.
It's Tony and Gary.
Hey there, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Tony Perkins.
And I'm Shirley Jones.
No, you're not. But on this week's episode of the show, Gary Stein, it's Shirley's other Partridge son, Danny Bonaducci.
Uncensored.
Uncensored. He talks about everything, and he's hysterical.
You can't censor that guy anyway.
You got to subscribe. It's the Tony Perkins Show. Subscribe at iTunes.
The Tony Perkins Show.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. I have, it's no secret, done some real estate transactions in my day.
Yes.
I got very lucky with my house in Virginia when we moved because somebody came in and wanted it, and it was one of those great situations that some people get occasionally where somebody sends you a letter. But in years past, I've actually had to struggle finding the right realtor. And I know a lot of people in the real estate game, but the fact is buying and selling a house is probably the biggest decision that you'll make. And you need to do it armed with the best realtor to help you out. And that's why we would like to introduce you to a company known as Homelight.com. Homelight.com is the best new way to find your perfect real estate agent. Let me tell you why. Their technology analyzes home sales data and client reviews, and that's it. When you're making a decision to buy and sell a home, it's great to know somebody. It's great to have a friend. But ultimately, what do you want? You'd like to have somebody who's generated the best numbers and somebody that can help you that without necessarily having that friendship thing. Because a lot of times when you're hiring a friend to do this, you might not want to tell them what the real truth is.
True.
Homelight.com, their agents are all top 5% producers. Top 5%, and they're proven to sell faster and for up to a 9% higher selling price. They are experts in marketing and prepping your home for sale. Plus, they're honest, professional, and reliable. Homelight has already helped thousands of folks in D.C. and all over the USA buy and sell their homes. Best of all, it's absolutely free for our listeners, and you get a $200 gift card when you buy or sell with a Homelight agent, plus all the benefits of getting your house, getting more money for your house. Come on. Visit Homelight.com today. That's HOMELIGHT.com. Click the microphone in the right-hand corner and enter the promo code TMOS to contact the perfect agent through Homelight, their website, or call 844-321-AGENT and tell them that Mike sent you. Homelight.com is the best way to find a real estate agent. Use this service if you're buying or selling your house. You will not regret that. I love this company. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Whoa, whoa. So I know you guys talked a little bit about Tracy Morgan yesterday on yesterday's show, but I did want to say...
Did you see the interview?
I did, and Carla disagreed with me. I was saying one thing over and over again. I said he is back. He will be back.
Mm-hmm.
I expected, didn't we all, when we heard about Tracy Morgan, that you'd hear him kind of going, hey, me,
I honestly
thought he'd really be in rough shape.
I thought we'd never see him in that setting again.
Exactly.
I thought we would see him occasionally on, TMZ going from, door to car or car to door. But I didn't think he would ever have the wherewithal to do an interview and do
what I was going to
so
say
well.
About this is that, and I know you guys covered it, I was just going to say at the end of the interview, when he was interrupting his attorney, I said, he'll be on stage again. He's dying. I mean, he's got the chip. That was a sign for me that he may not be ready now, but I think ultimately he'll be okay. When he started the interview and he kind of did a stammer, that might have been, but then he got
I think that was emotion more than a physical limitation. I think he was overcome. It had been a year, and that was his first time in front of a camera. That had to be tough.
And let's really put things in perspective here. The man almost died.
Yes, and lost a
brain
dear
damage,
friend.
lost a dear friend. There's an effect that I don't think people really take into account where. And a lot of people have this, especially in stardom or even in athletics.
Right.
When you have and this really happens in athletics, when a player who's played for, let's say, 15 years of lucky in the NFL,
right.
when they leave that sport, there's a ton of depression that comes together,
of course.
right?
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
So that's simply physical because they just can't do it anymore. They can't perform at the high level. Imagine a man who could have performed for the next 30 years of his life.
40.
Having to go through this, realizing that the odds of him coming back are slim. He hopefully can.
I agree.
But
Oscar.
that fall from grace, knowing that you had this craft and this power, was taken away from you. That's got to be tough emotionally, right?
And also a
I
driving
agree,
force
absolutely.
to make him want to work harder to return.
But again, he can only do so much.
But you know what? He can do so much. But if there ever is just a little switch to flip,
there is hope.
He's driven.
It's got to be
driven.
tough.
I love the way he referred to comedy essentially as a lady. I love her. I thought that was that was something that I would never associate. I wouldn't expect him to be, and I like his comedy, but I wouldn't expect him to be poetic about it. I thought he was more of a force of nature just to go out and make us laugh, but I really loved what he said.
And then the fact that they went out of their way to mention Walmart, that's just a little primer, large corporations on not being a dick.
Yeah.
That's the response you get when you handle your business and handle it correctly. You get a commercial on the Today Show because they were obviously so pleased with the settlement that it cost you really probably nothing to pony up that dough. That's the way to handle that. They were tripping over themselves to get the Walmart plug in there because Walmart accepted full responsibility, and I think that's the way you handle stuff like that. When I think about corporations and the way they handle people. I'll be honest with you. I know Oscar, accuses me of being sour grapes, which I am.
Sure.
But I watched the video. Did you guys see the video of Les Moonves coming out of Sumner Redstone's party and not tipping the valet that parked his car because he only had $100 bills?
Hundreds, yeah.
He couldn't give a $100 bill to the valet. You couldn't pony that up with that. And I was, I'm off the heels of reading the biggest compensations for CEOs, and I had no idea that most of them were media companies. And how many years have we toiled in media where we have gotten poor mouth at every single turn?
Yep.
And you're paying the head of the company $56 million. That's something that somebody calling you, Rob?
No, it's not
or is
my
that
phone.
Me?
It's not my
vibrating.
phone.
Well, that's that good for furniture. Yeah. Hold on
Oh
a
my
second.
gosh, Mike! You know what it is? It's get the paddles.
No, it says Les Moonves calling.
Oh, more music and Les Moonves.
Hold on. Hello, Les. Oh, good to hear from you. Yeah. How's Mel?
Oh yeah, Mel.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, Dan
buddies.
Mason says hi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, still cutting and slashing. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Oh, okay. Scott Herman. Oh, he's wonderful. He's doing great. Yeah. Michael Hughes, he's down in Annapolis now. He's getting pretty pissed off because somebody cut down a tree with an osprey in it. He's the same guy he always was.
Saw that.
Yeah, it's terrible. Right. CK's well. Absolutely. Yeah, they're all doing very well. Well, listen, don't be such an a-hole and tip the valet with your $100 bill, you dick. Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, that's it. Anyway, that's it.
I think it's nice that you two keep in touch.
Mike, and think about it this way: when we were, I guess, coming up in the business, outside of you guys, you really didn't have this access to all this information unless you were a stockholder and you really read through the information and said, this is what the guy's compensation is, right?
Right.
But now they plaster it like it's a headline and it ends up on Facebook. You're like, oh, weird. So he made $156 million this year.
$56 million, I think.
But I'm just talking about whichever guy it is. 56, 156.
Oh, yeah. Some of them, it's just insane.
So,
it's insane.
but you said that we had to fire 2 associate producers, and we also had to forego our raise that was in our contract if we wanted to continue working here.
Yeah, and they
no
take,
bonuses.
No bonuses.
No bonuses.
We people that are in media, people that are in radio, TV, they use the same thing that I can equate it with the guy that gets a fancy title that works at your workplace. They're not going to give him any more money, but they're going to give him a business card that's got some fancy writing on it, and you got a new.
How's that sound, Pony?
Huh, weird. Executive
Pony got a raise.
We gave Pony a raise.
I know, I was
took
only
care of me
joking.
very well.
This guy.
We gave Pony, and because
And any title he wanted.
Yeah. By the way, It's nice to have a conscience on the show, and the fact is that at a certain point, Oscar came to us and said, he's been working hard. What do you think about doing this? And Rob, when do you think, if Oscar hadn't mentioned that to us, when do you think we would have given Pony a raise?
Well, what was really the most surprising thing is when Oscar came and told us that we were paying him. Because I did not know. I don't examine the books a lot, so I just assumed he was a guy who really liked the show. So I think Mike probably not.
Never would have been the answer.
Yeah,
once asked, you didn't hesitate. I'll give you that.
No, I didn't.
There's
no
hesitation. Either of you said absolutely. Thank you for thinking about that. Yes.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah. I love Pony. I don't say it a lot, but I'm going to say this publicly right now. You know what? I've dealt with him very briefly the last 24 hours, and he is just consistently a good guy to deal with. He's got his way that drives us. I didn't want to play the music.
Oh, it happened.
Oh, God.
Pony boy.
It's pony time.
Smoke that cigarette. Vape. It's so much fun.
All right, fun.
That was a quick one.
Wow.
Jesus Christ. All right, I forgot what I was going to say.
You said you like Pony.
Nice about
I know you're not talking nice about me. It must have been about Pony.
No, he truly is a wonderful person. He loves his mom, and he's a good guy, and he's nice to have around. And he walks me through technical issues as well as anybody, and so we're glad to have him. But don't screw up again, Pony. All right, so I don't know.
Don't get happy, Mike. That's what.
Don't get happy. That's what I want to say.
Happy. Don't get happy.
When do you think of all of us, Pony would be the least likely to be happy ever?
Yeah. Probably.
He has that demeanor.
Mm-hmm. No, I think when he gets into the cups, I think when he's doing the martini train, he does really well with being
but
happy.
never before 2 o'clock.
No. Yes. So I don't know what we were talking. I don't know how we got on Pony or what we were talking. We were talking about Tracy Morgan, and then we were talking about everything else.
No,
but that's what
we're respecting and valuing your employees and your and your colleagues.
Yeah, and Les Moonves, pony up. I mean, seriously, and I mean that using Pony's name. Give the valet 100. That's what happens in this day and age when everybody's got a cell phone camera. Hello.
Exactly. Yeah.
We'll take a break.
Been a hero.
Yes, we will talk journey up from Virginia to Maine, and I'll mention one near-death experience that we had, but other than that, one of the better trips we've ever had. We'll take a break, come back with more on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's do the bass and the fading light. Oh, we were bound to get together, bound to get together.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Some small businesses still think that an expensive postage meter is the only way to get postage without going to the post office. We say nay.
Nay.
Nay. They're wrong. Thanks to Stamps.com. With Stamps.com, you can easily print postage for any letter or package using just your computer and printer. It's that easy. Unlike a postage meter, Stamps.com has no hidden fees like meter ink charges.
Right.
Or reset fees. No long-term contracts and no extra hardware to buy. Stamps.com can save you at least 50% compared to a meter. Plus, Stamps.com does things that a meter just can't, like sending tracking info to the recipient with just one click.
Easy.
You love it. You're going to love it.
It's good.
The choice is clear. Stamps.com offers so much more for a fraction of the cost. We've used them. We're going to have the pipeline to Maine with Stamps.com, and we're going to be doing that wherever anybody goes in the country.
Sure.
You should, too. It keeps our D.C. to Maine pipeline wide open. Stamps.com is the best. Act now for a free no-risk trial and $110 bonus offer, including a free digital scale that eliminates all the guesswork and up to $55 in free postage. Just go to Stamps.com and click the microphone and use the code TMOS. Don't wait. Go to Stamps.com, and before you do anything else, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in TMOS. Stamps.com and TMOS. Perfect together.
Love it.
I was stunned when you travel 1,700 miles in total. You would think, especially when you're trailing a U-Haul behind you, you would think that you would be bumping into certain problems. And
Could
it would
I
be
ask you a
problematic.
question about the trip? I know that Savannah, Georgia is about halfway from where you are to where we are, roughly.
Right.
So that's like 400 miles, I think,
Right.
on either side. What's
It's
the
about
halfway
an
mark?
7-8 hour drive.
What's the halfway mark from here to Maine when you drive up to the point?
The halfway mark would probably be, we go further than the halfway mark. The halfway would probably be, I want to say like New Haven, Connecticut.
Okay, so
like
past
that,
New
you know?
York City.
Yeah, past New
Get
York
a
City.
rope.
But I mean,
Okay.
we go to Boston, and we go about 7 or 8 hours up to Boston. And can I also say, my mom is every bit of 95, and she is starting to have physical issues and limitations with her tummy and with her back and with her circulation. And I will tell you, I have to take a cue from her and channel whatever part of her is within me to have an attitude. If you can have the attitude she has at 95 with all of her health issues, and they're mounting up, I got to be honest with you. But we had the most incredible little dinner with her. It was just a brief visit, got a chance to see her, took her out with the little guy. And we're driving around. We take her to this little chain restaurant called 99 up here in New England. It's kind of a New Englandy place, and there are lots of them all over. And we sit down with her, and it's just a joyous moment to be here with her in New England. It's one of the reasons I came back here, and thank God I'm blessed to be able to do that and to be closer to her. And that's one of my driving forces in doing the shows from up here. And we're sitting there with my son, and then when we got back in the car, I screwed up with the navigation trying to get back to the home. We got to take the old lady back to the home, right?
Yeah.
And so I got to find my way back to the home. We circled past this same restaurant 4 times.
Oh, no.
And because I was trying to wing it, I said, no, I think it's a right here. I think it's a right here. I think it's that. And we started laughing. And to see somebody that age who is laughing that. And finally, after the 4th time, I said, man, I don't know what's going on. And from the car seat, my 22-month-old, I swear to God, goes like this, goes, ay, ay, ay. Like that. And busted up. And it was one of those moments that you don't get. And so, Mom, I just want to say I love you. You don't listen to the show. I don't know why I'm saying that. But really, it was just a great. And so give your mom a hug today if you get a chance.
She's very cool. She listens to Corolla, though. That's the weird thing.
She listens to Adam, yeah, and a couple of those stand-up comedians that she and since he went to podcast now, she listens to Anthony Camilla.
Sure.
So
speaking of women, Bruce Jenner,
Caitlyn Jenner.
Caitlyn Jenner.
The one thing I was going to say about the rest of the drive up from D.C. up to Maine, 6 o'clock in the morning we leave the Virginia area, and a black Camaro went by. I have this thing where Carla was always saying, make sure you signal, make sure you signal.
Right.
Well, there's nobody on the road. Nobody until a black Camaro who was probably conservatively going 110 miles an hour.
Yep.
And I just ventured into the right lane. I was merging over into the right lane, and this guy came by me, and it was like that, and almost hit my car, the trailer, everything, the baby, everything. And I saw
the
my
audio
wife.
equipment.
You know the kind of thing where you get a near miss. You get a near miss, and that your heart crawls up into your throat.
And the thing that's so weird is that the adrenaline rush comes a few beats after it, so you're safe and everything's okay, and you're still a mess.
Exactly. And I said, we avoided the collision. Now I'm going to have the fatal heart attack.
Exactly.
Because I was that scared. But anyway, other than that, pretty good trip. Really, no issues with a lot of driving. But Oscar got me back on track. The big story of today is Caitlyn Jenner, and everybody, I think, if you live in a box, you haven't seen the Vanity Fair cover now with Caitlyn Jenner in the lingerie, and pretty interesting picture. I think that Bruce Jenner transitioned to femalehood and makes a pretty good-looking older woman. Looks like a decent-looking, a very well-preserved older lady.
Some people are saying that she resembles Jessica Lange. I see a little Brooke Shields in the way she looks. To set the table here, the cover and the spread comes out in Vanity Fair next week, but they put out a short video. Can I play you what Caitlyn said regarding the cover, okay?
I was probably at the games because I was running away from a lot of things. very, very proud of the accomplishment. I don't want to diminish that accomplishment. The last few days of doing this shoot was about my life and who I am as a person. It's not about the fanfare. It's not about people cheering in the stadium. It's not about going down the street and everybody giving you that a boy, Bruce, pat on the back. This is about your life. Bruce always had to tell a lie. He was always living that lie. Every day, he always had a secret from morning till night. Caitlin doesn't have any secrets. As soon as the Vanity Fair cover comes out, I'm free.
You know, we've talked about it a lot. I have, on this particular issue, the transgender issue, I have, like so many Americans, gone to school over the last 6 months. And a lot of the reason for that is because of Bruce Jenner. And I don't think it can be understated at all, overstated at all, that Bruce Jenner has done more for the transgender community and done more to foster an understanding of this particular issue. It's still tough for many of us to get our heads around it. It's still difficult. I think people within the transgender community need to understand that as well. It's not going to happen overnight. Change doesn't happen overnight. But at the same time, I still am aware of people that even do what we do for a living that are on the radio that are yucking it up about this. And that's unfortunately
social media as well.
That's gotta slow down, because I look at this exactly the same way I look at the gay issue. This is why would you ever put yourself through something like this if you did not have that passion? And Bruce can say this is not, he didn't want to tell the lie. He's doing this for himself. I think he understands. I think he's smart enough to understand that he's doing this for so many people, the young people in particular that might have this issue, that have, committed suicide. I said it before and I'll say it again. I think he saved lives making this.
I agree.
And the only thing, I don't have any issue with the transgender situation. But with Bruce Jenner and with anybody in this, I do have an issue with plastic surgery. And as far as plastic surgery to effect the change is one thing. Plastic surgery in general, I look at the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and I don't like it. So at the same time, I wonder with Bruce Jenner, if he had done what was necessary plastic surgery wise and backed off of it a little bit in certain other areas, what he'd look like. When I looked at Caitlyn Jenner, I literally looked at Caitlyn. I processed the whole thing. Pretty wonderful transition to a woman. Yeah. I thought pretty smooth. But at the same time, I said, I wonder if Caitlyn would have looked better with less plastic surgery.
Yeah, but that rack.
That's what I said.
Phenomenal.
And also, you know what I wondered is
you like the rack.
Well, I just kept on staring at it, and then I was looking at the pictures with Shannon, because she's a big Keeping Up with the Kardashians fan, and I said,
she's one of the few people that can, Mike.
I said, hey,
because it's so hard.
It is.
Someone mentioned it was hormones. I said, but I was like, those look perfect. They look like they're, and I get it's makeup.
I think
it's
she had them.
fair.
I think she.
So I was trying to figure out what happened, and she said, she said it might be a push-up bra. We're going through all, and I said, they look amazing in that dress.
Yeah. Well, it was a piece of lingerie, is what it was. Well, there's another. I saw another picture in an evening gown. This is. In our society now, this is unfortunately the way change is going to be affected. It's going to be done by celebrity. Yeah. It's going to be done by reality stars, because that just happened this way, and I think it's a wonderful opportunity. Go ahead.
That's going to accelerate change, because change and evolution, if you take the 200 years previous, has been slow and gradual, but change has happened. But it has to evolve in a way that happens in real life.
Members of the transgender community back in the day, and I'm old enough to remember it, were demonized.
Of course.
Yeah. You could be in the closet, and if somebody thought you were gay, it wasn't that big a deal. But as far as transgender, people were treated like they were monsters. I remember that. It wasn't that long ago. So this is
it's a huge step.
Huge. I think it's huge.
And another thing
terrific.
that he has done she has done is simplify it. And it is a complicated issue that is outside of the scope of many of our understandings.
Right.
But when she in that tape says, Bruce Jenner had a secret, and that secret weighed on Bruce Jenner,
Right.
Caitlyn Jenner has no secret. That is as clear as day.
Yeah.
And that's got
Must have been a horrible thing to be carrying that with you your whole life.
Misery. And if you can't understand that, then God bless you, because I think that's about as simple as it gets.
Tough.
All right, now let's get to the people, because regardless of the issue, we're speaking strictly as a woman on a scale of 1 to 10. Older woman, Rob Spiewak, what do you give her?
Not quite Meredith Vieira. Scale of 1 to 10.
I think he's better looking than Meredith Vieira.
7.
7. Oscar Santana?
Oh, man, she's in great shape. Let's say I'm going to go 8. I'm going to go solid 8, especially for the age.
I'm gonna go with a 6.5 because I don't like the mouth.
Oh, okay.
I don't the pouty, just like, but that's the same thing I would say about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
True enough.
It has nothing to do with the transgender issue. It's just too much.
Question, and of course it's just theorizing at this point. When you talk
Yes.
about the plastic surgery, do you think the plastic surgery leading up to the transition was in any way helping the then Bruce Jenner deal with what?
Yeah.
They were
I
going.
do. Now looking
going
back
through.
on it.
And
Yeah,
you
do
know
you
what?
remember how we used to
even
always
if they
talk
were
about it?
unfortunate choices in
Right.
retrospect, but if that's something that helped Bruce at that time feel better,
Fair.
it's like taking aspirin for a headache. It's
Fair.
not going to cure cancer, but it's going to make the headache go away.
I think you're right, and I think that ultimately that's probably what Bruce Jenner did to cope with the
I would
inner
think so.
Caitlyn
That would
wanting
be my
to be.
thought.
Didn't we all get educated when we saw the Diane Sawyer interview? The interview that I was saying you're not going to learn anything from it, and
it was
nothing's going to
huge.
come out
It
of
was
this,
huge.
and then it was just an incredible, wonderful, life affirming situation. I got news for you. It's weird. I become more tolerant the older I get, and I thought I'd become less tolerant.
Right.
I'm not tolerant of people close to me or people in traffic. But as far as my political beliefs, I become more tolerant. This is a
And
human
you're more
being.
tolerant with Pony than you were, say, 4 years ago. You've made huge strides, Mike. You're doing
I
well.
think that could change.
At any, well,
in
of
the
course,
blink
Mike,
of
at the blink of an eye. But right now, in the
Yeah.
meantime,
I
you're
don't
doing
like
great.
being more tolerant with Pony, though. It's not a comfortable place.
Well,
for
what
me.
happens
but
is when
kinda
Pony
weird.
excels, it's great.
Hey, settle down. This is what happens, and then people start failing us.
No.
We tell them they're great.
That's what. You know what?
Yeah.
When I went into Staples yesterday and I saw this desk set, and I said, "That's $100, super cheap, and I'm going to put this together in 2 seconds. It's going to be." I said, "This is. I can't believe I did this quickly. This is a win-win-win." And by the way, I heard your comment about buying furniture and not doing it in advance, Oscar Santana. I listen to everything. Nothing gets by me. I get real lucky. I listen to the first 1 minute of the show, and they're like, "Okay, they missed
Stand
me."
by those comments.
Yeah. Should have probably had it waiting for me, and I can't do it all.
No.
But anyway, as soon as I got happy is when everything just the Chinese furniture just crumbled, just fell apart. That's exactly
And
what
Mike,
happened.
I think that would be a great way that you could get rid of the Staples brand and just call it Chinese Furniture Store.
Chinese
Super
furniture
terrific
store. Yeah.
Chinese furniture store.
By the way, the printer that I got is a Chinese printer too. That's where the Hewlett Packard builds their printers in China.
You
Most
totally
things are from China now.
disregarded my thought.
Well, I spoke to you. Do you want to open up or you have 2 minutes? We'll open this up.
Okay,
I
quickly.
call Oscar. Oscar's going to enjoy this, which means you're not. But here we go. So
I've been having so much fun.
I call Rob from Staples, where I'm in the printer aisle, and I'm looking to get a printer that we have a good one down in the great state of Florida. I wanted one up here that was going to be not nearly as good as that one, but something that was decent, and
Solid.
I'm ready to try something new. And so I call Rob to get his 2 cents, and you are the worst salesman I have ever heard in my life. You were hemming and hawing. You were just going.
That's not true. That is not true.
And you had
I
that
told
kind of-
you an
You had
exact
that Crown
brand
Royal
and it was-
mouth that you get sometimes. Do you have a night the night before? Just out of curiosity.
No.
Okay.
I gave you a specific model. I don't know.
know.
You were Johnny
I know.
Distracto because
No.
you said because I
got
said
the same one that I said, just a cheaper version, super cheaper version of the same one I have down.
and I told you something
Good
that's
idea.
so valuable. I said this company has American tech support, and if you need any help, they'll be
Didn't
there
do
for
anything
you.
for me.
And then
It
you
did.
said, okay,
Yeah, I said thank you, goodbye. All right.
Later.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
told you, I said, Mike, Canon, Pixia Series MG 7500.
Yeah, I
It'll
was standing
never
in front
fail
of
you.
it.
Yeah,
I was standing in front of it.
You
It
know
looked
why
like
you
a
didn't
cigarette
buy
lighter.
it? I know why you didn't buy it. Because
Why?
you're hateful.
No, I'm not. That's
Yeah.
not why I didn't buy it. I didn't
Painful.
buy it because it was just I was looking at it and it looked like it looked like something you put a CD in.
Hey, easy there.
You know.
No, but it's. All I can tell you is I've had Hewlett Packard and I've had several brands.
This is what's wrong with this entire conversation.
What?
This is why we will never beat anybody as a podcast.
Why?
In Amazon sales. You know why?
Why?
Because you guys, instead of saying, "Hey, I'll order it from Amazon and send it to your house in Maine," you're both talking about being in a store.
That's where I bought.
You're just hemming and hawing on who's right, not what's going to make all of us some money.
I bought
But
mine at
Amazon has
Amazon.
better desks.
Yes.
No, Amazon has great desks from the United States of America.
You know what I hate more than anything?
What?
You know what I really hate more than anything?
What?
When that little Bolivian dick is right.
Yeah. And you know
I
what?
hate it. But Oscar,
Yes.
He's like a Bolivian sharpshooter. He chooses his
55-inch television
Yeah.
from our friends at Amazon through the Mike O'Mara website.
Good
Nice.
man.
Very good.
Appreciate that.
Yesterday. Thank
You're
you
the
very
man.
much. Yes, absolutely. My wife doesn't even know it yet. I don't have the money for it. I swear to God.
Does she know you
She
have
does
the-
not know it. She
Does
does
she
not
know you
want
have
TV
the
up there.
wallet?
She doesn't want TV here.
Oh, you gotta have TV.
She doesn't want to. I have to.
At all?
Yeah, and I'm putting it on the main level. She doesn't want it there either because people are going to come over and no one has TV up here. Yeah,
You need
screw
TV.
that.
Tell her that you know what? A new
Amazon, baby. I
Good
did it to
man.
Amazon.
Tell her that a
So
new
the biggest
season.
ticket item that
Yes.
came out of my pocket, not
Yes.
the shows.
Yes.
That is it. But absolutely, that's how I should
Tell
have done
Carla.
this. It should have all been waiting for me up here, shouldn't it? And it would have been delivered. I wouldn't have to carry anything. You're absolutely right. There's nothing. Rob, we have to stop.
I know.
We have to stop buying. No more.
Don't know why you say
more.
we.
It's fun to go to a store sometimes. We'll take a break and come back with news you may. He's right. I hate it when he does that.
I know, but he's
Really.
like a
That's why he's
razor
in the yellow
sharp
strip right now.
Yeah.
That's right.
Caution.
We'll take a break, come back with news you may not need on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Hey, if you guys would love to see us, Rob and Joe, perform stand-up comedy, we have a great deal for you.
That's right. Go to the Rob and Joe Show webpage, robandjoeshow.com. Click on the microphone in the upper right-hand corner.
And type in the promo code Mermelstein. We'll see you soon. RobandJoeShow.com, the TMOS app, and of course, subscribe on iTunes.
For more information, visit us at morebroadcasting.com.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, everybody. This portion of the program brought to you by SiteLock.
Yes.
Hey, smart people out there, if you're responsible for your company's website or its IT security, or you work for people who do, you need to listen to this message. How much would it cost your business if your website went down? Huh? You ever wonder about that? Am I right? How much would it cost you? Would you still have a job if you let hackers into your website? It's not a matter of if. There are people that are out there doing this every single day. That's their job. They wake up in the morning thinking how they can get into your website. SiteLock is the global leader in website security, and they make your website fast and secure. SiteLock's True Speed content delivery increased your website speed by 50% on average. Plus, SiteLock's True Shield firewall blocks both network and application DDoS attacks with automatic triggering, which means your site stays up and running even during an attack. And nothing beats their 24/7 U.S.-based phone support. Don't be the next company that's in the news for being hacked. You may not recover from it. Call or visit SiteLock.com today. SiteLock currently protects over 5 million websites. To get your first month of SiteLock free, just go to SiteLock.com, click on the banner in the top right-hand corner and enter TMOS. That's SiteLock.com. Click on the banner and enter TMOS, or you can call them right now at 844-596-0600. That's 844-596-0600.
News.
News. Yes, sir. Hit my swoosh, Rob Spiewak.
There's your
Thank
swoosh.
you. Jesus Christ.
Mike, it's a habit I need to get into.
Apparently, Wheaties, we were just talking about Caitlyn Jenner. Wheaties has a problem with Caitlyn, the lovely Caitlyn
going
Jenner.
on?
TMZ reached out to General Mills for a comment about Caitlyn. This is where, when I think of Tracy Morgan going on the Today Show and talking about how good Walmart was to him, this is a company that's just stepping on it because they're stupid.
Yeah.
It sounds like they couldn't even bring themselves at Wheaties to say her name. This is the quote from the Wheaties company. Bruce Jenner continues to be a respected member of Team Wheaties.
Didn't
That's
say
their
the
quote.
name.
No. TMZ asked them if they acknowledged the presence of Caitlyn, and all they said was, quote, "We stand by our statement."
Wow.
Why even? Oh, goodness.
It's so
What are
dumb.
they trying to say?
Yeah. And give
Why
it
are
a
we
second
playing
chance.
this music?
Oh, because this is Serial. It's
Oh,
weird.
cereal.
But
A lot of moving parts, Mike.
they gave them 2
Yeah,
chances
don't
to
get
it
the
right.
whoosh, but make sure you get the inside cereal joke.
You better.
Jesus
Come on,
Christ.
it's going to be okay.
Where's my swoosh?
I'm kidding it, Mike. I only have but one soundboard, and here comes the swoosh.
Womp womp.
Sorry.
When President Obama opened up his own Twitter account last month, he set a record by attracting 1 million followers in 5 hours. Well, he didn't even get to keep that record 2 weeks thanks to the new chick on the scene. We've been talking about her all day. Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn joined Twitter yesterday, got 1 million followers in 4 hours.
Wow.
As of last night, she had 1.8 million followers. She's also on Facebook. In her first tweet, she said, quote, "I'm so happy after such a long struggle to be living my true self. Welcome to the world, Caitlyn. Can't wait for you to get to know her, me. Obama's not jealous, by the way. He sent a tweet praising Caitlyn for her courage." So I think that's kind of cool.
Oh, that's nice.
Very, very cool. Vince Vaughn told the British edition of GQ magazine that he's in favor of gun rights. It's got a lot of play on social media.
Yeah.
He's way in favor of gun rights. He even wants guns in the schools. He said, quote, "In all of our schools," I don't do a Vince Vaughn impression, but I'm thinking of doing one
Please
now.
do.
Yeah.
"In all of our schools, it's illegal to have guns on campus, so again and again these guys go out and shoot up these effing schools because they know there are no guns there." Who's baby? Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Riffing on it.
You'll get it,
they're
though. You'll
monsters.
get it.
You will.
Killing
I can't
6-year-olds.
wait. I can't wait.
You think the politicians that run my country and your country don't have guns? And the schools, their kids go by? They do. We should all be allowed the same rights. He added, quote, "I support people having a gun in public, full stop. Not just in your home." He's an angry guy. Vince Vaughn's kind of an angry guy.
I have been at the barber shop in Leesburg, and a gentleman comes in wearing a Western-styled holster. I'm sure
With a
it's
gun in it.
I'm sure it's legal. Yeah, it still flips me out. I'm not comfortable with it. Sorry, buddy.
It's well known that the greatest defense against an intruder is the sound of... Nope, not them. Sorry, that was me. I just raised my hand.
Okay.
I apologize. It's well known that the greatest defense against an intruder is the sound of a gun hammer being pulled back. Banning guns is like banning forks in an attempt to stop making people fat. Taking away guns, taking away drugs, the booze, it won't rid the country of criminality. That's Vince Vaughn saying that. Very good.
Fat people use spoons more than forks, I think, and they use soup spoons.
Well,
At least
all I know
do.
is, I base all my political opinions on what Vince Vaughn says.
Of course.
That's what I do. 50 Shades of Grey author E.L. James. This is for you, Rob Spiewak. He has written a new book in the franchise. She?
Yeah, she's a chubby
right.
lady.
I thought it was a he.
No, it's a lady.
Really?
Oh,
I
yeah.
never read it. She's written a new book in the franchise, which will tell the story from Christian's point of view.
Oh!
Is he the guy with the room with the handcuffs?
Yes. Yeah, he
that
is.
the guy?
He's
All
the
right.
boring guy.
The original trilogy is told from Anastasia's point of view.
Yeah.
James says, quote, "Christian is a complex character, and readers have always been fascinated by his desires and motivations and his troubled past. Also, as anyone who has ever been in a relationship knows, there are two sides to every story." Am I right, ladies?
You know what this is? This is just lazy. This is telling the same story again.
Two sides.
Yeah, because this lady wants to sit down with an eclair and tell the same story again.
I wasn't done with the story
I'm
yet.
sorry. It's hard. Can you give
I'll
me
have
one
it
of these?
hooked up tomorrow. Trust me.
And also
I
give me
will
one
have
of
it hooked
these.
up. I did, but not then.
Okay.
It's called the book is called Gray.
Gray.
And, it's coming out in a couple weeks on the 18th. I think he should rename it Gray Wajin. Gray Wajin. You go, hey, I see Wajin on Old Lady.
Gray.
Obviously, there's a chance it could end up becoming a fourth movie if the audience hasn't dried up by that time.
Yeah.
If you're listening to us at a reasonable volume, crank that sucker up and drown out the traffic, because according to a new study, the sound of all those cars is making you fat. Researchers in Sweden tracked more than 5,000 people from 1999 to 2006 and found you're 25% more likely to be overweight if you're exposed to traffic that's higher than 45 decibels on a regular basis.
It's got to be it.
man.
It's got to be it.
And that's just light traffic. So, do you? What do you listen to? Do you listen to other podcasts? Do you listen to music? What do you listen to?
I
when you're
mostly
driving
listen to podcasts on the way in, and I listen to them very quietly with my windows down, and I just want to get and get food. So now I'm going to start listening to it really loud.
It's just you like we're channeling your inner Jiminy Glick there. I just want to get food.
I want to get food.
I want to get a bagel.
Yes, more cream cheese.
The study also found that if you're exposed to the sound of subways and airplanes on a regular basis, you're twice as likely to be overweight as someone who's only exposed to traffic. Wait, let me listen to this sound right here. Oh, it's the sound of birds. Thank you very much.
You know what,
I'm going to lose some weight.
What Subway sound will make you fat is, can I double the meat on that?
Boom, boom. Oh, fat. Next stop, fat city. IHOP has had the same logo for the past 20 years, a blue box with IHOP written in it, with a red curved banner underneath that says restaurant.
Smart.
And after 2 decades,
Smart.
After 2 decades, they just realized that it kind of looks like a frown, so they're changing it. They're flipping the red curve 180 degrees so it'll look like a smile. Here's the quote from the marketing executive, with a real marketing executive quote. He says, "A person's frown is just not in concert with guests' expectations. In many cases, just thinking about our world-famous pancakes makes people smile."
In concert, Mike.
Bite me. Bite me. Swear to God. Don't start talking like that when you get that MBA, Oscar.
He will.
And now a little something. 23-year-old Gemma Whale of Birmingham, England, has a long history of having super loud sex with her boyfriend. Her neighbors kept calling the cops because of all her screaming and shouting, in England, of course. So in January, a judge ordered her to keep it down, but she basically ignored him, and the cops were back at her place almost immediately after another loud sex session. She was in court last week, and the judge sentenced her to 2 weeks in jail for violating the order to stay quiet. And I have some quotes from her that are completely mega.
Good. Nice.
Hello. I made her like Nell. Hello, what do you expect me to do? Put a sock in my mouth? I can't help it. I'm a screamer. There we go. That's right, Governor. Don't blame me because I'm satisfied. Huh? Come on now. It's really the only way to have sex, isn't it? Hey, there you go. Sorry, Governor. It's just you're such a bloody prude. I'm going to have it as loud as I want in jail. Yes, for 2 weeks. Hello, Nell. Thank you very much. All right. We have to take a break. When we come back, it's the Magic Audio Vault with Rob Spiewak right here on the inaugural Pine Tree State edition of the Mike O'Mara Show.
Omeracast is back and bigger than ever.
I thought he was going to be gone for 3 months.
No, he's back this week.
Stereophonic quality, Technicolor, and of course, more Mermelstein. More special effects, a whole lot more fun, more connectivity so that we can bring you back into the show. Omeracast is here for you to keep you in touch with more. Sponsored by Feed Your Cats Right. Try Mother Hubbard's Fruit Friskas.
It's a nice comeback. Strong.
Welcome back, Mark Gacerta. We'll have to get together since he's a New Englander and I'm a New Englander. Only if he brings Mermelstein.
Don't let him breach the perimeter, Mike.
And make him stay in the car, but have Mermelstein in.
Neutral location. Neutral location.
Neutral location.
Say, about half an hour from here.
Lots of cameras.
Anyway, we can do all. I'll bring someone with me with a sidearm. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Rob Spiewak, what's the best thing about the 2015 bonus show package?
The best thing about it is that at the end of the week, when you want just a little more Mike O'Mara Show, there's always going to be another hour, and it's uncensored, organic. Us being us, it's my favorite show every week, and if you don't have the bonus show, you're not hearing us at our best.
Oscar Santano, what type of person doesn't get the Mike O'Mara 2015 bonus show package?
Douchebags.
You get full access to all the 2015 bonus content. On-demand video access to every bonus show. Access to the entire bonus show anthology at over a 25% savings and a great way to support your favorite podcast. Pick it up today, the Mike O'Mara Show bonus package, because you are worth it. Without further ado, let's open up the audio vault for today. This is, what's today's day? Oh, Tuesday, June 2nd, 2015. Rob Spiewak.
Mike, breaking news. It happened in Broad Run High School in Loudoun County. This has been a big deal for the past month. Last month, Broad Run High School lost all the Scantron sheets of the SAT tests.
Yeah.
Like that had already been taken?
They had been completed, boxed up, ready to ship out, and they couldn't find them. And they had informed the kids that took the SATs.
Oh, my God.
They had to retake them on June 20th, right in the thick of finals. And so it's bad enough that you're doing finals, but you have to retake the SATs. Good news, Mike. They found them. And who spoke to the news? Wade Byard.
Sometimes, the most obvious thing is looking you right in the face. It was under some papers on the bottom of a 3-tiered cart. SATs are very stressful as it is. The fact that these were missing was not helping the kids any because, obviously they want to get their college entrance things filled out, and so the delay was hurting us.
So, Mike, he is the spokesman for Loudoun County, and he calls applications college entrance things. So remember, check
Wade
the
Byard.
3-tiered cart. Oh, Mike.
Oh, here he comes.
I got to take this if it's okay.
Oh, Wade.
Good evening. This is Wade Byard, the Public Information Officer from Loudoun County Public Schools. Loudoun County Public Schools has decided to close tomorrow because of forecasted extreme wind chill temperatures.
Right.
Administrative offices will open on time.
Okay, that's good. Keep that in mind, folks. No school in Loudoun County tomorrow.
What a douchebag.
Because of the cold front. Did you know that the SATs were gathered at the school and boxed up and sent out by UPS?
No, it sounds like something from that Matthew Broderick movie, Election.
Yeah,
Remember that?
exactly.
Tracy Flick.
It's also strange these days, and I know that, we don't all live in a digital age, but
Right.
this is Leesburg.
Oh, it's Loudoun County, and
Right?
this is one of the biggest schools
They
there.
should just have these things on a computer, and then you just move forward, and you're done.
Yeah. You should be taking the test on a laptop. And while we're at it, you should be voting on laptops,
True.
too. Anyway, so good job, Wade. Always great when I turn on the news, and there's your sleepy face.
Wade Byard.
He's my favorite. Mike, are you familiar with the AANR?
The Alcoholics Anonymous never, I don't know what it is.
Rehabilitated. No, it is the...
Never rehabilitated.
Mike, AANR is the American Association of Nudist Recreation.
Oh, gross.
And they
Smell
started
that.
a new campaign.
Nice.
Now, you and I have spent time at nudist
nasty.
parks and facilities, always fully clothed, but
Oh, I
they
hated
love
that.
their
I
lifestyle.
hated those shows, by the way. I hate. We'd have a moment of titillation when we'd be going down to the nudist camp, and then you'd drive in there and you'd see the first sagging 60-year-old,
Yeah.
and just be like, oh, I'm gonna
Not what you
vomit.
always imagine.
No, and
not
when
at
they
all.
and Mike, they've put together an ad campaign. I'd like to play you a little. It's a long commercial, about 3.5 minutes. And you would think if you're trying to sell nudism, you'd put your best-looking nudist in the TV ad.
Yeah.
They did not.
Remember how much fun it was?
Sounds like a nudist, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Remember how much fun it was? You pulled up to the old swimming hole, off came your clothes and your worries. Your bare body felt the kiss of the air, the sun, and the water. What pure, innocent joy. With a membership in the American Association for Nude Recreation, you can recapture that feeling again and again as you enjoy life clothes-free.
They're playing volleyball.
Over 260 nudist clubs and resorts throughout the United States, Canada, the Caribbean, and beyond. Even if you just enjoy nudism at home with friends or family, a membership in ANR will enhance the nudist experience and enjoyment of being clothes-free and carefree. It's fun. It's magic. It's natural. It's simple.
You know who keeps his clothes on most of the time?
Good evening. This is Wade Byard, the Public Information Officer from Loudoun County Public Schools.
Okay, we can revisit that in a moment. But Mike, I don't know if you look at The Bachelorette, but
every week.
there is a plot twist
Tough season.
in The
Tough season this
Bachelorette
season.
last night that
I've
I don't
never
think
watched that show ever.
that I don't think anyone saw coming. And if
I
you
don't know
if
about
you
this
plug
yet.
this into the internet, this is hot.
Okay.
They're competing. I believe it is for. Is it Kaylin or Caitlin? We'll hear her
Look
name.
at
in the
Oscar
tape.
perk up, though. Look at Oscar. That's the first time he woke up
Yeah,
during the
well, it's
entire
a
audio.
color
You
TV
care about
show,
The Bachelorette? Is
and
that
it's on TV now
on
so
the American
it's re-
Broadcasting Company.
So it's
relevant.
happening, and is that how you
Yes.
base it? It's happening in Hip Mike. That's why.
Are you familiar with contestants Clint and JJ?
Yes, I am.
Clint really.
So am I.
Mike, no one saw this coming. Clint really likes JJ.
Whoa!
I feel like I've connected with JJ probably more than Caitlin right now because we're just so similar. It's actually absolutely insane. I never thought that I would meet someone like that here.
Okay, loser.
We've grown very close, almost too close, I think, at times in the room and stuff like that, and in the shower.
In the shower?
The possibility of coming onto The Bachelorette and falling in love with a man never crossed my mind. But I believe in the process, and at this point, I'm a success story.
So good luck to them.
This is a work. I'm sorry. I can't buy
Wait, he
into
fell
this.
in love with a man?
That's what he's saying. Yeah.
Mike, they were this is the most atrocious season of The Bachelorette.
But these guys are really handsome.
Or The Bachelor because
I heard that, and suddenly now I've changed my whole attitude to it. So this guy goes on a show that's designed for men and women to hook up.
He has to seduce this particular
They're
woman.
all vying for one woman's affection, the rose. And
one woman. So these guys are competing for a woman's affection,
Yes.
and the guy comes on and falls in love with a guy.
With one of the contestants, yes.
He's not sure. He's not sure if it's happening, but apparently they've had a lot of quality time in the shower.
This season has been the worst of all the Bachelor or Bachelorettes.
How come?
Ratings-wise
Okay.
and as far as plot twists and action, right? And drama. There's always like a drunk that makes fun of themselves or like they just get kicked off early because they're just out of control.
Sure.
But this season in particular has been rough. For them to all of a sudden bring this into the fold, I can't think but the producers were like, okay, we've messed up here. We need to change the game. We need something to shift this big ship of failure into success.
Well, you're the first person that ever told me that the whole damn thing is rigged, every one of them. So
that
you're
being
probably
said,
right about that.
I will watch that episode today.
All right, there you are.
I know. How can you not? It's
and we
fantastic.
wish them all the best. That is your Magic Audio Vault. Have a great
Buddy,
Tuesday,
get us out of here
everybody.
right now. That's it. Another Mike O'Mara show has come and gone, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure and join us again for more fun and more thrills at MikeO'MaraShow.com. If you want to correspond with the Mike O'Mara Show with a letter or a package, just send it to 2796 Leesburg, Virginia 20177 to get your message or your birthday request into the Wednesday mailbag
tomorrow.
Send it to Rob with 2 B's at MikeO'MaraShow.com. That's right, tomorrow's Wednesday. Got to get in. Rob loves them last minute.
Sure, late tonight, please.
The Mike O'Mara Show relies on your word of mouth. Tell a friend or family member about TMOS and make sure they get it too. For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, Mike O'Mara saying, bless your hat. And join us again for another episode of the Mike O'Mara Show. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Wait, don't go. I need to tell you that MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon is perfect for all your online shopping needs. Shop the best way. Shop Amazon. And please go through our website, always open at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.